You country cornflakes, you country cornflakes. Oh, they won't will when you pour on milk. Oh, they won't bunch when they are crunch. They're double toasted, double crisp and good. General Mills makes them just the way they should. You country cornflakes, you country cornflakes. From fields of corn, so majestically waving that they won't will when you pour on milk. Double toasted cornflakes made with rice. So buy our cornflakes, you country cornflakes, you country cornflakes. Please buy our cornflakes, you country cornflakes, you country cornflakes, you country cornflakes. They're made from corn.
Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to the third shift, where I'm doing the stuff that I do some of the time, when I'm not forgetting to do it. Last time we were messing around with the fishing machines, and I showed you my farms, and I complained about 1.1, and blah blah blah, and I was messing around with the quarry machine, and it's progressed quite far. I kept it going for a little bit. Looks like the engine has stopped. But the pit is quite deep. I just have to feed it some more fuels. Let's see if we got any fuels. We can kind of stick some coal in there. Let it go again. So it's one engine go. Two engines go. And it'll start working again. It's gonna slow down there, but it's gonna pick up that stuff, so I don't have to be really worried about it. So it's also been picking up, copper ore and everything. But what I'm interested in right now is all this cobblestone that's been building up here, and we're gonna stuff cobblestone into one of these backpacks, or none of these backpacks, because I already have stuff in there. But I want to head over to the Tale of Kingdoms village and start doing that. So how's everybody been? Today is the day of the big SOPA blackout. So, yeah, get ready for that. It's going to be fun. Well, not get ready for it. Not get ready for SOPA. But, yeah. So, actually, no. It happened today. So this is happening the day after. This is being uploaded the day after. Yeah. I'm going to stop confusing you and myself right now. But if you don't know what SOPA is, go look it up. Do so before Wikipedia opens. But it should be open by now. Reopen by now. Yeah. Something like that. And it's snowing and snowing and snowing. But it's time to build up this little kingdom, because I've never gotten to do this in my previous third shift worlds. And I noticed something different that's on the other side of that little hill over there. So we're going to have to check that out. And we'll plop down some cobblestone for this guy. Hello, Kevin! How are you? Give you 64 cobblestones. Can we build a small house? No. We've got to go get more woods. Got more woods with the axes. Which means we got to go into the rains. I don't know what I'm talking about. I sound kind of weird like this. But, yes. So, SOPA. Bad build. What makes me most mad about a build like SOPA is it doesn't... It's supposed to stop online piracy, and it has nothing to do with piracy. These pirates don't operate the way that these senators think. And the recording industry and the motion picture industry, all these companies that seem to support it, I'm pretty sure they know that these pirates don't operate on a basis where they need us to have a DNS to get to them. they'll just move operations, and they can do that. That's what they do. Is they're criminals, so they're going to be able to be mobile. It may be a small inconvenience for them, but for everybody else, it's a major inconvenience because now you have litigation. Now you have legislation, rather, that can easily block your website if somebody gets ticked off by your content. All they have to do is claim copyright and kind of show them this thing, and then of course you have to go fight the claim if you're even told about it. That's crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy world. But it doesn't fight piracy. The pirates are still going to be there regardless of this bill. So all it is sticking our heads in the sand, as it were. Nope, I don't have a weapon, so I really don't have a weapon. Why am I out here without a weapon? So anyway, that's SOPA and the bill HIPAA too, which is a protect IP bill. Big case. And that's just as bad. It's power, incorrect power to the wrong people. That's not what you want. If you want to fight piracy, go after the pirates. Figure out something where you can do it internationally. Go after the pirates. Because I don't want to be able. I don't want to have to be suddenly blocked because I have some stupid thing that I did, innocently. That's the main thing, and I'm not afraid that I'm going to get blocked or anything. I'm afraid that this is not going to do anything to pirates. And pirates are bad. They do cost companies lots of money. Don't think that they don't. But you gotta have the right legislation for it in order to do it. And this is not it. I don't know what the right legislation is, so I couldn't tell you. This is all new to me, all this stuff. There's no NPCs in here. I was checking this out before. Yeah, maybe NPCs will come in here. Maybe it's like a lumber yard or something. Chop, 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 chop. But I just need to collect some wood. Let's at least get some of this cobblestone into the thing. You know what I should do is I should just go back to my castle. So that's what I'm going to do. I'll be right. Okay, let's just collect all this wood that I've been growing. It should all pop out in one swing here. And it's just a matter of going around and collecting it like Pac-Man. Uh-oh, I can get infringed for copyright. Oh, block me. Oh, no, block me. All right. In other exciting news, I have started writing a game. I won't give you too much detail about it. It is a post-apocalyptic sort of game. I won't tell you little details about it. Is what I mean. You won't know the little intricacies. But it's a post-apocalyptic game, turn-based strategy, RPG sort of thing. If you've ever played XCOM or Jagged Alliance, that's the style of gameplay. Fallout 2, the original two Fallouts, Fallout 1 and 2, kind of in the same vein as this game. Post-apocalyptic, but with some interesting options. So you basically have to, survive and do stuff and be post-apocalyptic. Without getting into too much detail, I said. But that's it. I'm going to create a series off of me developing this game. So I'm going to go over the stages. If you are interested in game development, what sort of things you need to do in order to plan one out. And I will tell you, game development is not an easy thing. And it's even very hard. It's very much harder when you're doing it alone. And maybe I we could do some sort of collaborative thing on it if some of you are interested in. I especially need things like isometric tile art. You're going to need a ton of that. And it would be good to have people who have done that. So if you do have isometric art that you've done, and if you don't know what isometric art is, I'll have to show you what I mean. Basically, it is showing three sides. We call it 2D and a half because it is a 2D system, but it's showing 3 dimensions of objects. And yeah, it's probably my favorite type of game style that I can think of. And I'm thinking about doing it in 3D, but I'm not sure yet because I don't have the assets to buy a whole bunch of 3D models at this time. So if anybody has 3D models, let me know. Those I can still use. I don't know. I guess I would have to show you what I'm doing as far as isometric tiles. But if you know what an isometric tiles is, and you've done isometric tiles, show me your stuff. If you have some examples of your work, maybe we can work out something and get you all credited up in this game. So we'll see. We can discuss. Alright, so I got enough wood here, I think. If there's any more going to fall down. That's the problem with the system. So you really got to wait till leaves decay before all the wood falls down from the top branches. Because it gets all intertwined in there. It's crazy. It's crazy. Let's see. Place some of these trees back. So yeah, if you're interested in game development, this would be kind of an interesting series for you to go over. Games just don't pop up on their own. You know, it takes a lot of planning. And then when you think you've planned enough, you're like, oh, great. When you think you've planned enough, then you turn around and you go, well, what about this little detail? And it's all about covering the little intricate details. The more simple your game is, the less detail you have to flesh out. But for like a game like I'm doing, it requires a lot of planning. Because there are a lot of systems that have to go into place in order for you to get everything going. Okay, let's sleep and I'll get back to the Tale of Kingdoms place. Yay! Alright, we're back. We're heading towards the old Tale of Kingdoms place. But I'm very excited to show you game development. Continuing off the subject I was just on, even though it's been several minutes for me, it's only been a moment for you. So, yeah, showing you how a game is made from the first steps, what you need to do to plan, what steps you need to take after that, because it's a lot of going back and forth, and the less time you spend going back and forth, the less time you're going to spend actually making the game. So let's see, let's build an item shop. Shall we? We shall. Hey, we have an item shop. Now I can get a whole bunch of things that I couldn't have before. Hey, mister. There's a whole bunch of pages of stuff I could buy now. Villagers. Indian buildings. Interesting. Is it this? You can buy a whole airship for 5,400. Let's see. Don't really need any of this right now. Oh, they have some of the what's it called? The thing. And the thingy thing. But interesting. Alright. So we got an item shop. Let's continue on with doing stuff. Take out some more of the cobblestone. Shove it in this guy's face. Take my cobblestone. Why won't you take my cobblestone? I don't love you anymore, Kevin. Anyway, so yes, with Tale of Kingdoms, basically what you have to do is you have to build all of these buildings. Let's see what the price this is. This is going to be everything. And as you build all of these things on this tier, then you get the option to build the next tier of items. And so on and so forth, up to the tier 4, I believe, is where they're going to have the final tier, which is not out yet, I think. I think it's only up to tier 3, which is a really big city. But I also think you have to defend this thing, so we'll keep an eye on that. So we've gotten rid of a lot of cobblestone. Now we gotta get back to base. And I think this next episode, this is just kind of the first half of this one, is I'm going to go into some of the equivalent exchange stuff. So that's what I want to do. So I wanted to do a little bit of Tale of Kingdoms, and now I'm going to do a little bit of equivalent exchange because that'll give you some interesting items. And yeah, I don't know what kind of resources yet, so I'm going to be looking it up as soon as I get out of here. And we're back at the old Fortress of Science. Oh dear. Anyway, so, and I want to start doing some evil stuff. I just want to like get 1,000 chickens and blow them up, you know, or have them process themselves through a laser. That would be funny. That's getting really deep. But what kind of ore have I gotten out of this? What have you really done for me? Some flint. What I could do is I could put that flint back. I could put that gravel back in and have it keep extracting flint if I really wanted it to. See how these engines are doing? They're almost out of coal. Oh well, I could always fuel them up some other way. Yes. So, I will see you in the next section of this episode for equivalent exchange. Yay. Shut up, sheep.
It's time for Random Science Fact.